Hello and welcome. This is Amir Lahijy live from Los Angeles with Amira. Welcome to studio, Amir.
Hello. Happy 4th, everybody.
Happy 4th to all of you guys. I hope you had a very good 4th of July parties with family. And so today we have a special guest. Who is our special guest, Amira?
We have Gregory Marinelli. He's an NLP coach. And
NLP master.
He's a
master practitioner. Yes,
he's a master practitioner.
Amazing.
And we will learn a lot about NLP today. Yay! I'm so excited.
Very good. So,
and we have a lot of music. We have a lot of surprises. There is just stay with us today. Stay tuned. We have amazing program for you guys today. Okay.
Amazing. Thank you so much. So, Amira, what's the best memory for you from 4th of July in your life?
Last year, I went on the Queen Mary, and it was the first time to watch, the fireworks.
Wow.
Yes, it was so beautiful. And I had to sleep on this beautiful boat full of ghosts. But I didn't have any ghosts. I was safe.
Okay.
And it was beautiful. God bless America.
Very good. So our guest is here. Hello and welcome to the program.
Hi, thank you. Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th.
Happy 4th.
How's everything today?
Everything's doing great. I'm getting ready for a barbecue after this.
Oh,
great. That's good.
Amazing. Very good. So, most of our audience, they know what does it mean NLP, but one more time, because we have, new audience in a couple, last couple of days. What does it mean NLP? NLP.
Sure. NLP stands for Neuro-Linguistic Programming. So if I were to break that down, it's a neuroscience. Neuro referring to the nervous system and the mind, and in which we process all of our experiences through our 5 senses. So that would be visually, auditorily, kinesthetically, olfactory, and gustatory. Linguistic then is the language, and this is where it's really important, the nonverbal language in which we communicate with ourselves and with others. And then we have programming, which is the ability to discover and utilize these programs in which we run in that communication with ourselves and with others. So really, in other words, NLP is how we use the language of the mind to consistently achieve our specific and desired outcomes.
Amazing. Very good.
Does that help?
Yeah.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yes.
I'm familiar with NLP, and also I'm sure Amira, she is familiar too.
I have an experience.
We are going to talk about your experience, Amira. So before going to her experience, and so which part of because everybody wants to have an evolution in their life and evolving mind. So in which area NLP is very helpful?
That's a great question. And what NLP is, it's like a toolbox. And for all different areas of life, it gives you tools. So for instance, I could use this in a few different ways. The first way in which I use it is by building rapport. Just by using that nonverbal communication that we were just speaking of, and using words, so I'm a realtor and interior architect as well. And just by using words, if I hear words when I'm talking with someone I just met, like it appears to me or see to it, I know that they are a visual person. So if I'm speaking with them about purchasing a house, I might respond, well, if this home looks good to you, well, we'll go ahead and focus on getting the paperwork in. Whereas if I hear words on more of an auditory basis, like to tell you the truth or well-informed, I could respond with something like, if I could tell you in which a way you could hear the laughter of your children echo through this home, would you at least want to hear about it, right?
Amazing.
See the difference there?
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's speaking to two different types of modalities. And the third example is kinesthetic, people who are very emotional or think with their feelings. So I might hear words like get in touch with or come to grips with. Well, I respond with something like, if I could help you to get a hold of a concrete way in which you can feel the joy of Christmas morning in this house, would you at least want to get a feel for it? Wouldn't you? So just knowing those three different modalities, that the visual person, the auditory person, and the kinesthetic person, and really what it does for me is, and what NLP, my training in NLP has done for me is, it allows me to recognize that in order to respond. Because the point is effective communication, you know?
Exactly. We are going to talk about
and then
effective
with Amira,
communication.
we have another part of.
Oh, go ahead, please.
With Amira, in our experience, we have an amazing story, and she has been so gracious, and we've worked together on empowerment, unconscious empowerment together, right, Amira?
Yes, I would love to share this amazing story about what I was diagnosed like last year with 9 big tumors on my uterus and a mole on my back. And Gregory started to do NLP for me. And we start to see this tumor, even if they are there, as benign. And on the same time, we start to bring the uterus up and to protect my uterus. We start to reactivate my DNA. We start to like healing my uterus before going in any surgery. And thanks God and thanks to Gregory and hypnotherapy and NLP that I went to the surgery, but they saved my uterus.
Wow.
It was an amazing experience. He took me to my childhood. He took me to a place when I was 2 years old and 5 years old. And it's like, yes.
Go ahead, please.
So to clarify this in NLP terms, what we did is we used a process called timeline therapy. And what we did is it's mental and emotional release. So imagine a time that we are here in the present, we all have a past and we have a future. Well, timeline therapy, we can almost time travel. We can unconsciously go back to a time that we might have had some negative emotions. So for example, anger, sadness, fear, hurt, and guilt. What we do is we go through the past, we hit all those negative emotions, gain learnings from them. The reason that there still might be a negative emotion in there is because we have to learn the lesson from it. So once we go back and we learn that lesson, and for Amira, it's funny how she said she goes back to childhood. You know, many of our traumatic or emotional experiences are childhood and our formative years. So when we were talking about negative emotions and being able to clear her body of all that negativity, we went back to that time when she was a child, and she learned what she needed to learn, and she released the baggage and released the negative emotions, and she was able to bring that then, all those learnings, to now. It was a pretty cool process, right, Amira?
Wow.
Oh, thank you, Gregory. I would never thank you enough.
Yeah, I had the same experience. It's very helpful, and if you know, our audience, they thought they can use your helps, definitely they can contact you with your name on Instagram or Facebook. They can find you, and I really appreciate. So if you want to mention about the which area exactly, just as a list, like we can help to depression, this. If you want to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 main area, main issue, people, they can get the help and improve themselves.
Of course, especially now within the past few months of these uncertain times that we're going through with our COVID-19 crisis, we're kind of locked at home, we're on lockdown, and we might be feeling anxiety around that and what the future holds. What I do with my coaching clients is that we use this process of MER to get into the deep root of any of those negative emotions, and we release them. And then anxiety, though, is a little bit different than the past. Anxiety lies in the future. It's that fear of the unknown. So using that same principle, instead of going to the past, we go to the future and we import goals and success strategies into the future. And we create visualization techniques that we can see, hear, and feel what it's like once these goals have been accomplished. And what that does is, when we place that in the future, we then automatically, unconsciously align all of our decisions from now until then towards that goal.
Wow.
Amazing, amazing. Amir, do you have a question?
If we want to go deep on NLP, like how many sessions? Like with me, it was like few sessions for cancer. But if there is like chronic pain on the back, the body, headache, or there is a trauma of a childhood, how long it will take? Like how many sessions you think a person needs of
Question.
NLP?
Thank you for asking. So with my coaching programs, we have what we call a breakthrough session. And the initial breakthrough session could last anywhere from 8 to 12 hours. Now we could break this up into 2 or 3 different sections. However, what it is, it's a very thorough, detailed personal history that we get to the root causes of what's going on. And while I'm asking you strategic questioning, I'm listening and watching. So I'm listening to you and I'm watching your body language. I'm watching the way you react when you bring up memories and talk about friends, family, and things that happened in the past. So those are keys that give me the flag to say, okay, we better work on this tool later in the future. So this could take anywhere from 12 weeks, 6 months, 12 months. I have different plans for everyone, and it really depends on what you're most comfortable with. Because it starts with that breakthrough session, and then it starts with narrowing things down to things like your values and creating your value systems and creating success strategies. And then a coaching program then follows along to make sure everything stays in line so that you can really get to your ultimate goal.
Amazing, wonderful. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you enjoy your
thank you,
4th of July with family and barbecue. And
thank you so much.
Thank you. We love to have you again next week. And we're going to contact you and invite you for next program. Thank you.
Perfect. Have a good one. Bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you, Gregory. Thank you.
See ya.